Zambia's Minister of Information and Media, Cornelius Mweetwa, has issued a strong statement condemning tribalism in all its forms, emphasizing that it must be rejected regardless of the political affiliation of those who promote it. Speaking in response to recent accusations and rising concerns about tribal rhetoric in the country's political discourse, Mweetwa stressed that tribalism is a divisive force that undermines national unity and democratic progress. He made it clear that the government does not condone tribal sentiments, whether they originate from the ruling United Party for National Development, UPND, or from opposition parties. According to the minister, the condemnation of tribalism should be consistent and principled, not selective or politically motivated. Mweetwa's remarks come at a time when Zambia is grappling with heightened political tensions and accusations of ethnic bias in public appointments and campaign messaging. The minister argued that tribalism is not only morally wrong, but also detrimental to the country's development goals. He called on all political actors, civil society organizations, and citizens to reject tribal narratives and instead promote inclusive dialogue and national cohesion. In his view, tribalism should never be used as a tool to gain political advantage or to discredit opponents. He warned that tolerating tribal rhetoric from any quarter risks normalizing discrimination and eroding the values of equality and unity enshrined in Zambia's constitution. The minister also addressed criticisms directed at the UPND, which has been accused by some opposition figures of favoring certain ethnic groups in government appointments. Mweetwa dismissed these claims as unfounded and politically motivated, asserting that the current administration is committed to merit-based governance and national representation. He urged critics to engage in constructive debate rather than resorting to tribal accusations that inflame public sentiment and distract from substantive policy issues. Furthermore, he emphasized that tribalism is not a problem unique to any one party, but a broader societal challenge that requires collective action and vigilance. In analyzing the implications of Mweetwa's statement, it becomes evident that the government is attempting to position itself as a defender of national unity amid growing polarization. By framing tribalism as a non-partisan issue, the minister seeks to shift the conversation away from party-based blame and toward a shared responsibility for social harmony. This approach reflects a strategic effort to neutralize political attacks while reinforcing the government's commitment to inclusive governance. However, the effectiveness of this message depends on the administration's ability to demonstrate transparency and fairness in its actions, particularly in areas such as public sector recruitment and resource allocation. Mweetwa's call for universal condemnation of tribalism also serves as a reminder of the historical and cultural sensitivities that shape Zambian politics. Ethnic identity has long played a role in political mobilization, and efforts to curb tribalism must contend with deeply rooted perceptions and loyalties. The minister's appeal to national values and constitutional principles is therefore both timely and necessary as Zambia navigates a complex political landscape marked by competing interests and narratives. Ultimately, the rejection of tribalism must be more than rhetorical. It must be reflected in policies, practices, and public attitudes that affirm the dignity and equality of all citizens.